I can tell you the story from Kansas and why I fucking hate Kansas and will do my best to never go back there ever again. It's New Year's. We get the bright idea that we're gonna drive from Northeast Ohio to motherfucking Phoenix, Arizona, because we're gonna go spend New Year's with friends. We're driving because I'm a cheap ass and we got a ton of stuff, so it was cheaper to drive. 34 hours, I wanna say. We leave, we get the car packed up, double, triple check-in, I got the car loaded up, everything's good. Most of the drive between Ohio and Kansas, pretty uneventful, right? We're making our way cross country, you know, we're looking at all the pretty nature and billboards and everything else. It's hours in. I'm kinda like tunnel vision, disassociating, just, you know, NPC driving. I don't notice that the road in buttfuck nowhere, Kansas has a fork. And I apparently needed to take the right fork. Google didn't yell at me. And I'm like, okay, whatever. And then no sooner do we pass the fork than Google's like, oh, you wanted to go that way. You can go up here and you could take this detour. There's just, you know, there's a road up here. You can cut across what looks like a field, and you can get back to the road you need to be on. Unfortunately for me, the road that Google said to turn down was not a road, but more of a set of ruts and a high point dug out by a tractor. And she wasn't level. It had rained, not the night before, but recently. And keep in mind, Kansas. Clay. We take the right. It's a dirt road. And I'm like, it's okay. It's a detour. And then we cross over some pretty rough train tracks. And I'm like, you know, I'm getting a sinking feeling in my stomach, but Google says to keep going. This is the way to go, so I'm gonna go. And as we proceed, the road just starts to go more this way. And so I try to, you know, correct and speed into it. And unfortunately, because of how much stuff was in the car, we just kind of slid towards the embankment. I'm sitting there. Kyle's next to me. We're up to the body on the left side in mud. And I'm sitting there considering all of my life choices. It is like 3 p.m. on a Sunday. In the middle of God knows where, Kansas. Like some real children of the corn type shit. The place where towns have populations of maybe 200. There's no way I'm gonna get a tow truck out here. There probably ain't a tow truck for 100 miles. And I'm not gonna go knock on someone's door because I've played enough video games to know what these people are like, and I will not make it out of there alive. The only way I'm gonna fix this is to back up. Like, clearly I can't go forward because it got worse the more you went. The sun was going down because it was winter time, because this is like late December, and it gets dark at like 4 o'clock. I knew this shit was gonna get hard and freeze on me, and then I was gonna be stuck. So I was like, we need to get the fuck out of here. I'm just like, okay, Subaru. I always hear about this fucking Subaru's superior will drive whatever. And I'm like, all right, bitch, fucking bet. I throw it in reverse. I ease into it. Believe it or not, that son of a bitch, she crept just a little bit. I got a few inches of movement and then she started to spin. So after like rocking it back and forth for an eternity, I start like putting it in reverse and just essentially gunning it. The AT template came on. You know, normally I don't see that light. I got out. I did get the car out. I don't remember how long it took, but there was a lot of cursing. I'm getting out of this mud hole because I'm not going to spend the night there and get fucking... You know, it's not going to happen. Make a little progress back and then get stuck, so you got to rock it forward and then get it back. And eventually I get it back far enough that I'm able to just keep going back, and I back my happy ass all the way up past the train tracks. And I go to assess the damage. For about another year after this incident, we were getting mud out of this car. The end result was I took a real rear wheel bearing out during this little excursion. Fuck Kansas. Never again.